YouTuber TheOdd1sOut, of which I'm sure we're all familiar with. Apparently, he fired his entire animation team for some obfuscated reason.
Fires his team because it's not profitable. And y'all over here getting mad at him. He's looking at his bank account, he's bleeding. The TheOdd1sOut situation is disgusting.
So Twitter, per usual, are trying to destroy another person either through exaggerated claims or things that are entirely untrue without the context needed to understand the situation fully. So YouTuber TheOdd1sOut, of which I'm sure we're all familiar with him. If you've
I can't wait to touch on this topic because I already know what this is going to be about. And it's about the same bullshit that a lot of y'all have been complaining to me about with this animation shit. But let's just see. I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Been on the platform since, 2016, 2017, 2018, when he blew up off of that Subway sandwich video, I believe, all the way back then. Well, now Twitter is trying to cancel this man, and I think Reddit is involved as well, because apparently he fired his entire animation team for some obfuscated reason. We don't know entirely sure why. But according to headlines, YouTuber TheOdd1sOut sparks outrage after firing entire animation team without warning. Netizens say James has blood on his hands. And based off of what I was able to see, he has had, I think, around 20 or so animators, between 20 and 25 animators on his entire team, his roster, to create his YouTube videos. And just
let me just go out and say again, animation is, if not one of the hardest, most time-consuming things that you could do on YouTube. And if you have a team, expensive as fuck. And y'all keep saying, where's the animations? Why are you not doing animations? Nigga, TheOdd1sOut has 20 million subscribers and he's firing his animation team. Why do you think that is? The shit is not fucking profitable. All of you niggas complaining and being like, bro, why aren't you? Bro, the biggest animator, one of the biggest animators on the platform, it fires his team because it's not profitable. And y'all over here getting mad at him because he's looking at his fucking bank account. He's bleeding. Yes, I'm sure he's rich as shit. But at the end of the day, it's business, bro. If it doesn't make sense as a creator to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expect a different result, you got to make a change. You got to make a change. Now, granted, I don't think what people are trying to cancel him for specifically is true. Because I heard that everyone that he fired, they got severance packages, which means a severance package means that you're pretty much, it's like, when you you quit a job, you give them a 2 weeks notice essentially. So you don't just leave the job ass out. Well, it's pretty much in the reverse. It's like, yeah, I'm firing you, but because I'm firing you, here's 2 months pay. Or 1 month pay. Obviously, I don't have the details on how many months of pay these people got. But it's fair enough. It's like, if you lose your job and you get a severance package, can you be that mad?
for further context for people who are unfamiliar with TheOdd1sOut, he's basically an animator YouTuber. Like I said, he blew up back in like 2018 or whatever. And a lot of his videos, as you can see, are surrounded on animation with his little character, his main guy, and different little stories that he uploads to his channel. Now, of course, as everybody knows, or at least I believe everyone should know, creating animation to this degree, on a consistent schedule by yourself with all the script writing, the audio, the visuals, the drawing of different panelings, the editing. I mean, as you can see, one person can't do all this and you would have to hire someone to do this, especially considering after doing all that, you also have to do the voiceover. I mean, I heard figures.
Fucking animes struggle to put out weekly animated content. And y'all over here are like fuming from the mouth when one singular person. Yes, I know he's a multimillionaire at this point. TheOdd1sOut has fucking toys and dolls in Walmart and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's still nothing compared to an animation studio. And he puts out some pretty good damn animations, bro. Y'all really need to start showing more appreciation to y'all creators, especially the ones that are putting in effort, bro. It's like, come on, man. Niggas do something for their well-being, and then it's like you guys literally rather watch a nigga go broke and lose his mind behind this content shit before making a change to sustain himself. It's crazy.
In order to create animation videos like this, believe it or not, it could take upwards of a budget of $20,000 to $40,000 per month, even higher.
And that's low balling. Put it like this: the more smooth the animation looks, the more of this shit, like, it's not like a choppy, you know, more it's like and it's just moving and shit. Yeah, nigga, he's probably spending over $100,000 a month on this shit. Easy. My nigga, I was spending almost $2,000 a fucking video when I was animating, bro. And I was still animating myself. Had an animation team helping, and I was still animating myself, spending $2,000 a video. I'd be lucky if one video made $1,000. Just doing it for the love of the game. Y'all niggas need to put some respect on all my animators out there. All my animators that are still animating. Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. And all my animators, Yo808, Devontae1, well, shit. I know there's a lot more of y'all, but like, I feel like they're the only ones, including me, in the animation space that have like kind of Stanley Animations. All my dogs that have kind of like stepped back from the animation a little bit. I think Devontae's still doing his thing though. Y'all niggas need to put some respect on their names, bro. Because at the end of the day, we held it down. We held it down as long as we fucking could. But we's about to be on the side of the street doing that animation shit. I'm trying to tell you. I think Devontae1's still holding it down though. So shout out to my nigga Devontae1.
I heard figures of even up to $80,000 per month that he had on payroll for his employees. So you can imagine if you run an animation channel and you have about 20 employees, you're paying $80,000 potentially in overhead.
How could I forget my boy Young Don? Come on, man. It just he stopped animating so long ago. I kind of forgot he was on that list, but you know, he goddamn the OG of that shit.
Head per month with payroll in mind, and that's just for your business and not taking into account personal expenses, bills, mortgage, cars, loans, whatever the hell he has outside of his media company online. That tied in with the fact that animation videos aren't as popular as they were like 5-6 years ago. People have moved on to more drama related content, commentary type news content. That is in fact what's the most popular on the platform now. Vlogging, IRL, streaming, commentary, news content. And animators are pretty much dying out, aside from the super popular ones out there that, you know, animate real life, real world events, talking about like the channel here, Kurtzgesagt, that we've all seen before on YouTube. Very good videos. Even though they're even incredibly popular, they're slowing down too with their content. It just seems like the animation space is dying out. People aren't making as much money as they once were before, unfortunately. And now it's to the point to where, and again, this is very still convoluted, this guy, the creator of TheOdd1sOut, James Rallison, they say is his name, is now facing backlash after reports claimed he abruptly fired his animation team. Leaked messages from freelancers sparked outrage online, with fans questioning the decision and raising wider concerns about job security for artists working behind major YouTube channels and animated content.
It's a sad thing though. I will say this, even though I just hit y'all with the absolute facts, I do hate the fact that really talented artists and creative people, it's like, are losing opportunities because for some reason, and it just is what it is. And as a content creator, you genuinely have to learn how to adapt. If you do not know how to adapt, you will get left behind. That's the cold truth of this content shit. But we could also talk about the real truth. There's really talented people, really artistic people that are losing opportunities to quote unquote less effort content. But what do you do? What do you do? Well, genuinely, what do you do? If this is your living and this is what you do for a living and you're passionate about content creation, do you keep fighting what's not working, expecting a different result, and literally destroy your livelihood? Or do you adjust and find new ways to be creative in the space of content that you like creating? That's really what it comes down to. I'm not saying, you know, now there's a difference. If you love animation down to the point where it's like, no, this is the only thing I'm passionate about. Okay, then I ask you, how can you flip that situation and do something creative that maybe still includes some level of animation, but still makes sense? People cannot people are banging their heads against the wall, not willing to change or adapt in any way, shape, or form. But the reality is, YouTube is moving in a place right now. Maybe it will change again. You know, sometimes you see cycles repeat itself, but right now YouTube is in the space, streaming content, news content, IRL content, you know, just more like real life, more raw, honestly. People don't really care for all the flashy edits, you know what I'm saying? Even you see Mr. Beast, his videos used to be boom, pow, explosions, you know, VFX everywhere. Like, it's still high production, but you notice there's not even that much type of shit going on in Mr. Beast videos anymore. So it's like, people just want more raw, more real, less edited type content nowadays. It's just a reality. Are you going to keep fighting it? You got to find a way to adapt. And I'm saying this to all my content creators out there that, you know, maybe be more of a, you know, artist, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're in the animation space. I know a lot of you guys that follow me, you know, are in the animation space, but we've also grown so much since my last animation that I know there's a lot of people that follow me that don't even know I ever did animations. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's tough. It's tough, y'all. And I feel for y'all. But again, bro, to make it in this game, to make it in this life, you got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to look at a situation, understand the space you're in, and find where you fit. But don't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. But that doesn't also mean throw out your passions. You know, you just got to find your way.
Creators. And one commenter below said, likely cutting costs because his videos aren't making as much money as they used to. And you know, it's unfortunate. When you hire that many people and you're running content and uploading and producing stuff that takes a lot of money to create, if the markets ever go downward or they shift down, you're going to be in a very bad place. And you're going to have to figure out a way to raise capital, or you're going to have to start firing people. But now people are saying things like how it feels to unsub from TheOdd1sOut because he's a sellout to Netflix and now fired his entire animation team.
Imagine that. He's a sellout to Netflix. Imagine that. Imagine working your whole content career, building it up to a point where you have an opportunity to put your content on a platform that is distributed world fucking wide, and your audience is calling you a sellout. Hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Yo, sick, bro. Sick. And now he's fired his animation. Yeah, what? Like, it's not profitable, but he's a sellout. Some of y'all make me sick, bro.
So now they've lost their main source of income. Another person said, being an animator is horrifying. Imagine having TheOdd1sOut as your only source of income. Another person said, what do you mean people are defending this MFer when he fired his whole animation team? Nobody knows why he did it, and it's a bad thing. Please look out for the animators, and F James for giving them zero notice before letting his team go. Another individual said, F the...
Now, I will say zero notice is crazy. He's making way too much money to be zero notice. And I will retract everything I just said if he gave them zero notice. But I don't think that to be the case.
TheOdd1sOut, never saw the appeal of it. I feel sorry for the entire team being fired, but hopefully they'll move on to bigger and better projects than TheOdd1sOut. Another individual who was the former lead animator for the TheOdd1sOut team said, I do not understand why most of you speak on the TheOdd1sOut situation as if you were there for the layoffs too. Contracts were involved. It was abrupt and done on a whim one afternoon with no prior context. This is not a normal outcome even in freelance settings. He also followed up by saying, please do not harass the team for speaking about what little we know about the situation. We'd like answers and closures. It's just as much as you. Instead, direct that energy to helping us get back on our feet. The team is incredibly talented and was always pleasant to work with. One commenter said, business is business. If you're working for money, don't put all your eggs in one basket. One person said, how do you know it wasn't, and I quote, done on a whim and not planned? Just because you didn't know in advance doesn't mean people didn't know it was planned. Here we have one YouTuber speaking out, saying, do people think that YouTubers are just supposed to bankrupt themselves to continue paying their staff when their business becomes unprofitable? Another person.
I can't wait to read the comment section on this video because I already see all the mixed reviews, but it's just like, y'all be so quick to just tear somebody down without one, watching the video. Y'all niggas be typing the hate before you watching the entire video. But two, not even putting yourself in a nigga's shoes for a second, bro. This is your livelihood. You're the content creator. You make content for a living. You spend your money and invest your money into your content and do what you need to do to keep it afloat. And then the shit is not profitable anymore. What do? You're gonna go live on the side of the street to put out that next video, or you gonna figure some shit out? Come on, bro.
Said either he realized he hired too many people for the operation he runs, or we're about to see the funniest pivot to AI content of all time. One person who was actually on the team said, "So yes, I was a part of this team, layoff, but I'm doing just fine. I still have plenty of animation jobs under my wing, and I ask you support all the other artists and animators on James's team. Retweet their portfolios, demo reels, commission."
This is the positive way to go about this. And which makes me feel like, again, I don't think the odd ones out did him dirty. Why would somebody be putting a response out like this? Why would somebody be putting up such a positive response out like this when he was actually a part of the team? I'm sure he got them right, bro. I'm sure he gave them time. I'm sure he gave them ample amount of time and probably gave them some cheese.
Pages, etc. And in this other tweet, and I quote, "Odd Ones Out isn't obligated to keep paying 20 people," end quote. Followed up by saying, "Don't hire people then. I don't know."
This is an idiot. This is stupid. I can't believe somebody actually typed this out, reread it, and then clicked post.
And after reading all these tweets and diving a little bit into the decline of animation overall online, I just gotta say, this is why it's very important, and this isn't just for content creators or animators, but anybody really. Do not box yourself in based off of trends. Actually try and spread your wings out as far as they could possibly go. Spread your eggs out. Diversify your portfolio. Be adaptable. Do variety if you can, because if you box yourself in and you're only known for doing one particular thing or talking about one particular type of topic, then eventually when that trend dies down, you're essentially this is why I have like different channels: Facebook, Spotify, 3 YouTube channels.
Yup. I got 4 YouTube channels right now. Y'all go subscribe. Berto this channel, Berto Gaming. We got Berto VODs, Berto Extra. Come on, man.
Where you at, Berto?
We locked in, twin.
Gaming coming soon. True crime, links in the description. Because I don't ever want to be boxed into a particular category. I don't ever want to be boxed into any particular niche, and then I'm having to make the crazy decision to fire all my employees, fire my editor, downsize, sell my channel, my platforms, and have to completely quit everything I've built over the last decade or so. So although some people are going to be mad, I'm going to say James did what he had to do. And he did make a response just now, as of today, saying there's been some discussion online about changes to my team, and I want to clear a few things up. We still have an animation team, and the artists working on future projects will continue to be credited in the videos they participate in making. Over the years, I've worked with a lot of really talented freelancers on a project by project basis, depending on the needs of the video. My team size has always fluctuated. Freelance creative work often shifts as projects evolve, and right now I'm working on scaling the team to focus on more condensed roles. Last year, despite having a sizable team, we only released 3 videos, which is just crazy to me. Let's assume 3 of those videos got like...
But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This ain't that animation shit, bro. I don't care what y'all say, bro. Like, again, if y'all ever see me animating again, it's gonna be because I've made so much money that I'm willing to literally just pour money into a dumpster truck and not make a single dollar for the love of the game. And I'm not saying that I am above that, but it would be completely passion project. But at this point in my career, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I am not able to do that. I was able, I'm overly blessed, I'm overly appreciative. Because of my animations, I was able to do YouTube full time. And I would have continued to do YouTube full time as an animator. But I saw what was happening right in front of my eyes. I saw what was happening. Hold on, I'm making less money. Hold on, I'm making less money. Hold on, I'm making less money. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to put out more animated videos with less money. And then it was just like, if I continue down this trajectory, I'm gonna go broke trying to keep up with this animation shit. The Odd Ones Out posted 3 videos in 1 year, and he probably did not profit off of any of them hoes, even though he gets millions of views. The only thing that's probably keeping Odd Ones Out profitable is his catalog. And now I'm starting to get into some nerd talk, but I nerd out on shit like this. You know what I'm saying? All of your videos in your entire YouTube channel, you know, still can continue to get revenue, and it will ultimately add to the pie that you get paid. So that's probably the only thing keeping the Odd Ones Out profitable, because he's such a big channel with so many videos that are getting so many views that he's probably profitable overall. But per video, that nigga's was probably red, gang. I know I was. It's a tough game, bro. This content creation shit is a tough game. You got to be able to adapt. And that's why, you know, one thing I've always said, right now we in the fast food content era, you know, reactions, clips, streaming, you know, click the link in the description, join the Twitch stream, Whereyouatberto, join the Where You At family. You know what I'm saying? That's the season we're in. But if YouTube were to snap their finger right now and start rewarding high effort content again, y'all love to troll, oh, low effort, low effort. Okay, well, that's what the fuck is working right now. And I'm having fun doing it. I'm loving streaming. I've never felt closer to my community, live streaming, talking to all my, you know, supporters live, and actually building a relationship, remembering y'all names and shit. Like, that's a completely different experience that I never had when I was animating. So I genuinely love this, and I have fun doing it. And a lot of y'all niggas try to talk shit like, oh, there's no effort, or this you're just reacting. Okay, how many of y'all can sit down and entertain somebody for 5 hours straight? I just had like a 5-hour stream last night. How many of y'all could really sit there and entertain people live for 5 hours straight? Talking the whole time, joking, coming up with things, giving advice, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with, like, how many of y'all could actually genuinely do that? And that's not a diss. It's just I'm just getting amped up because the level of disrespect that some of y'all be having to y'all favorite content creators, and reading some of those comments, it's like, damn, bro. Y'all niggas really don't put yourselves in nobody else's shoes but your own. It's selfish. It's crazy. But hey, man, I'm just a nigga talking to a camera in an empty room.
Like 2 to 3 million views per video. Actually, we can check here. Those 3 videos from last year, 4.5 million views, 7.6 and 5.1, which is somewhere between 18 and 20 million views. And if my math serves me right, with the average ad rates on YouTube, not including sponsors, he would have only made $150,000 just off.
Which you're gonna say, oh, that's a lot of money. Yeah, well, you probably spent that on fucking 2 of the videos.
For those 3 videos last year. And if you're gonna have a budget anywhere between $20,000 and $80,000 per video, then obviously you can see how crazy the costs are for animating stuff like this. But he went on to say, this made it clear that I needed to seriously rework my production process. This was never a reflection of anyone's talent or the work they did. Many of these people helped build the channel, and I'm grateful for the time, creativity, and effort they put into the projects. This was not an easy thing to do. He also said, I had one-on-one conversations with every artist involved and had face-to-face conversations with everyone locally. This was not some cold and insensitive breakup text. Some of the artists I've worked with have been part of the channel for a long time, and because of that, I try to handle these things in the most respectful way possible. I provided severance packages to all full-time freelancers. That wasn't something I planned on sharing publicly, but since the situation was already brought online, I feel it's important that all the details are understood.
Look at that. And the people that are mad are the people that weren't full-time freelancers. You weren't full-time in the first place. But he took care of his full-time people. But niggas gonna gloss over that.
It's been frustrating seeing the situation described online in a way that makes this feel or look hostile when I tried my best to make sure my artists were taken care of. And in this third screenshot, he just goes on to say how it was difficult, you know, managing a company like this and the responsibility, the overhead. I mean, obviously it takes an emotional toll. And he also linked all the current artists that were, you know, working for him prior to this departure of the team. And of course, despite all that clarification of what happened, of course, someone in the comments section started off by
This is all PR talk. Why did you actually fire them and speak like a no? Yo, shut the. Oh my God, bro. Yo, people are sick. I just read that, so I'm gonna skip over that. But oh my God, people are sick.
And said it's okay. Twitter just thinks that anyone who has the label artist deserves infinite free money, man. Listen, nobody's infallible to layoffs or being fired or losing their job due to economic shifts. It is what it is. I don't know. Do people think your boss should just subsidize your entire life while the business is sinking? If they can no longer fund your payroll, I don't understand that. So yeah, to loop back to the beginning of this video, I just feel like the entire fabric of the situation is blown out of proportion. I think too many people are taking this way too seriously and not understanding that, hey, if he doesn't have the budget to actually pay animators, and the budget requires tens of thousands of dollars per month if he's uploading consistently, let's say 2 to 3 animations per month, that paired with ad rates not being as high as they were back in COVID years, because they were high. Additionally, with animation not being as popular as it once was, I mean, can you blame the guy? And he also said that he gave them a severance package. A lot of bosses are not going to do that. They're not going to even have a face-to-face conversation with these people. They're just going to...
Facts. That's a whole nother thing. I'm over here like giving grace because he gave severance packages. He didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that.
Fire
Watch
him.
out,
So I don't know, maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe it's because I'm a business owner myself and I have a better understanding of the economics. Like literally, if I can't pay you, what am I supposed to do? Bankrupt myself? No, it's just, it is what it is. But what are your thoughts below?
Y'all let me know what y'all think of this in the comment section, man. W video by my boy Maury. I feel like he covered it, you know, in a great way, you know, unbiased way, read, you know, equal amount of comments. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments though. Like I already can see it from a mile away, the mixed reviews, but you know, I feel like I said the truth, man. I feel like I said the truth. I'm curious to hear y'all feedback. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? Join the Twitch stream so you never miss a live reaction.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look sweet.